What up, FishAholics? So it's either really, really late for me or really, really early. And I fished last night and caught about a half a dozen bass, like 30 to about 35 inches, which was pretty sweet on a Wonder Bread bomber. And, you know, my apartment's only 10-15 minutes away, but I just didn't even feel like, you know, driving back home to, rest up. I wanted to be here for false dawn and sunrise. So right now, it's just about false dawn. It's about 6:25 in the morning. Sunrise is at 7, and it's blowing like 15 to 20 out of the northwest, and it's gusting to about 25. We're gonna get out there, see if we can catch some more fish. Hopefully it'll be good as last night. And I don't know where we're gonna end up, but we're gonna start off here on the sand beach. So let's get out there, catch some fish. Oh man, getting sand blasted a little bit. Looks like the water got a little bit murkier overnight, but I mean, if I was catching them last night in some dirty water, I'm sure there's some fish feeding this morning. Just gotta bump them on the nose. Alright, we gotta start out with the bomber. So let's bomb it way out there. And look at that beautiful sunrise. It's what we surf fishermen live for. Overall, it's not that bad of a morning, even though it feels like, 40 degrees out here with the wind chill. But what's bugging me right now is the water clarity is pretty murky. Last night, it definitely wasn't this brown. It's really, really brown and chocolatey. So I'm, throwing that bomber out there, and I'm really ripping it down until I feel it, hit bottom or start to grind on the bottom, and then I'm kind of just slowly pulling it along, thinking if there's any bass, they're going to be, sitting tight to the sand right on that bottom, and then they're going to see this bomber kind of just go right by their nose, and they're going to crush it. There's a fish. Right at the edge of the lip. Really shallow, really close in too. Small one. Didn't get anything this size last night. Alright, so it's good to see there's still some fish here feeding, even in this dirty chocolate water. That means there's hope for some more and some bigger fish. I was actually thinking about starting to work my way back to the car, even though I already, walked like the half mile to get to the spot where I wanted to fish. But, it just didn't look right, so I cast it for about 20 minutes, and luckily we got that fish, so we'll give it another 20 minutes, see what else we come up with. Alright, so we left the beach. It's low tide right now. It's about 9 a.m. So since I'm a little tired, fishing late last night, early this morning, I'm thinking the best thing to do is kind of give it a couple hours. We'll rest up and let the tide start flooding a little bit. That'll hopefully push up some fish, and as well as push up maybe some cleaner water, maybe flush out that real dirty chocolatey stuff that was there this morning. And I think that there were definitely more fish than just that one that I caught there, but with the water being dirty, and then with the water being really, really low, like last night I fished the end of the flood, or like middle of the flood to the end, that's when the water was a lot higher. Those fish were pushed up. So we'll try and do the same thing this afternoon. All right, so we're back. It's amazing what a couple hours of sleep could do to you. I'm feeling really nice and rejuvenated, ready to get out there and try and catch some stripers. I really don't have a concrete plan on what we're gonna be doing this afternoon. It's a little after 2 p.m. High tide is around 4:30, so we're just gonna get suited up and start bouncing around. Okay, we're at our first spot we're checking out, right down in town. Water looks good, looks a lot cleaner, but there's not really any bait around. I'm not seeing any birds or bait, so we're gonna keep moving down. All right, we're gonna try it here. This is the same stretch of beach where we were fishing this morning, and the water's still really chocolatey and dirty, but there is some cleaner water out a little bit further, and that's where I'm seeing some birds out quite a ways. But maybe there's just gonna be some bass close to the beach sitting in the troughs, just like that little one this morning. So we got about 2 inches of visibility. Not the greatest viz. Well, the one good thing about today is the 20-25 mile an hour northwest wind. At least we can cover some territory. If we had a really strong headwind, I probably wouldn't even bother fishing. So right now I'm trying to get this bomber down as deep as I can get it until I either feel it dragging and diving into the bottom, and then I'll kind of just slowly jerk it along the bottom until I get bit. Oh man, there's a massive school of bunker way out there getting busted on. Or well, it went down. It got busted on for like a second. But there's a ton of bait out there. Oh my gosh. Ton of fish out there, out in like the dirty, clean edge. Like there's a clean water edge. Nothing much really. Alright, I think that's about it for here. We tried. We're gonna jump in Mike's Raptor up there and we're gonna do some running and gunning. Oh man, some more real chocolatey water. This is worse than where it was before. Whoa, there's one right there. Right at my feet. Got him on the bomber. I did not expect this fish at all. Oh, there he is. There we go. Not a bad, 30 to 32 inch bass in chocolate milk water. All right. Total surprise on that fish, but that's good to see. This water has got to be 2 inch visibility, if that. Oh yeah, you see that? We got bunker or shad. right here in front of us. That's probably why that bass was real tight in. There's another fish. Whoa, it's a pretty decent fish. Decent bass. Or he's snagged. How do you like that sandy bass right there? Woo. All right, so we're losing the daylight, and I'm really surprised we caught those two fish. When we got here, I was kind of like, you know, we're not going to catch anything. Maybe, you know, probably had very little chances of catching anything just because the water is so dang dirty. But since we still have a little bit of daylight left, I kind of just wanted to explain to you how I'm fishing the bomber in more detail. And basically, you know, I'm casting it out, and you know, I'm doing a nice slow steady retrieve, and I'm getting it down to the bottom. And once it starts, you know, vibrating on the bottom, you know, I feel that lip digging through the sand. Basically, I'm pausing it, letting it float up a little bit, then I'm jerking it down or retrieving it back down into the bottom, so that lip is digging through the sand. And that's going to cause disturbance down there on the bottom. That might help the bass key in on that bait, as well as the bait has rattles in it. It'll help the bass feel the bait a little bit until, you know, it bumps them right on the nose and they strike it. This right here is the Wonder Bread Bomber, I call it, but I actually think it's the Mother of Pearl, I think is the real color, but it's basically just blue, yellow, pink polka dots on a white, you know, little jerk bait like that. But anyway, I think we're gonna be still fishing. We still fishing? Okay, Mike wants to head out of here, so we're gonna hit the road, or hit the beach. All right, let me just get my rod. Good luck at shag. All right, so Mike just dropped me off at my car. This is the spot where we started fishing this afternoon and where we fished this morning. And fortunately enough, good thing we went to that last spot because we had a couple decent fish. It was a surprise. I wasn't really expecting to get anything. I actually didn't even want to get out of the car when we pulled up and saw how chocolatey that water was. But what do you know? When the bait is there were shad popping there on little tiny rain bait, and you know, it pushed in some decent bass, and then I don't know, like I couldn't buy another bite, and I kind of wanted to stay there and fish into dark, you know, maybe even fish at night, but Mike wanted to leave and go fish another spot because you know, it's been blowing northwest all day long, and he's going to hit the north side, and now it's kind of like lightening up the wind a little bit, and you know, there could be big fish where he's going. I would go if I'm not tired, but I'm exhausted. I fished late last night, I fished early this morning, fished this afternoon, and pretty much made it all the way till dusk. And I mean, it looks gorgeous right now. It looks perfect, it looks beautiful. I would love to fish right now, but I just don't feel like walking down the beach. I mean, it's a clear sky, even the moon is out right now, but I think the best plan we could come up with is go get a bite to eat, rest up a little bit, wake up at first light and try and hit it tomorrow morning and see if we can get something good as well. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and never forget, like always, live to fish, fish to live, and I'll see you guys in the next one.